Hi, I'm Randy Mason.
And I'm Steph Scuppum. Welcome to a most amazing place.
It's the Kaufman Center for the Performing Arts, and it's not just a dream anymore.
It's about to open its doors, and we're the lucky ones that get to show you around.
So for the next half hour, we're going to be raising the roof on the Kaufman Center. Hope you can come along.
This majestic lobby with all its glass and steel is called Brandmeier Great Hall.
Yeah, Moshe Safdie, the architect, says he thinks of this as his serene room, the Hellsberg Hall as his cool room, and the Muriel Kaufman Theater as his hot room.
We'll visit all those places and a few that might surprise you. There's even art in the parking garage.
Yeah, we're going to get behind the scenes and into the heads of some of the folks who made all this possible. So why not start with the obvious?
Why does this place look the way it does?
When it comes to cultural institutions, these are sort of the living rooms of the community, the museums, the performing arts centers, the libraries. They are where we now go to be part of community. They are what the cathedrals used to be. They were places of worship, but they're also places of community. That's why I think this is an amazing site. It's right by downtown, overlooking the Crown Center. It's a connector. It'll help bridge the sort of gap between the two. It's visible from everywhere.
With thoughts of my father on it, I think where he comes into play was more having the dual concert hall and theater. Was I thought about the separate baseball stadium and football stadium, and when they were built, I remember vividly that multi-purpose stadiums were the rage, and his insistence on dedicated stadiums, which people didn't want. So the two dedicated halls are really, to me, I think of my father that way.
Well, I certainly thought in my early sketches of the two chambers as two instruments contained by one glass tent. As that evolved and we thought about how should the building express itself from the downtown, from the north, we evolved this geometry of these fingers. And they have a kind of musical rhythm because they're all the same radius, but they kind of rotate slowly and create quite a rich geometry. And they're made of metal and precast concrete, so you get a lot of reflections of light. They change. And then on the opposite side, the cables are holding back the whole tent, and you just like want to go and play them. I mean, they just feel like a giant harp.
Everything in Moshe Safdie's original design for that glass curtain wall has come to fruition. He wanted that glass to be very transparent, even to the point that we made sure there was low iron in the glass so that it would be clearer.
These vertical columns, we called those the masts, and they're 20-inch round, 1-inch thick steel masts. And there's 27 of them that then connect to the cable glass system.
Don't be fooled by Amy Slattery's youthful appearance. Before this project, she played a similar role in construction of the block building at the Nelson Atkins Museum. In fact, during her time working on the Kaufman Center, she's given birth to not one, but 2 children. The oldest one proudly points to it as Mommy's building.
I'll always remember the night that we went over to see, it was late in the evening in fall, the first piece of steel had been erected. And we'd been doing concrete work and doing excavation for about 1.5 years. And we were amazed, you know, after seeing the drawings for so many years at how large the steel was, and to really understand the impact that this structure was going to have on the skyline. That was one of the first big pieces of steel to see.
Good moment, huh?
Yeah, it was right here, and it was right as the sun was coming down, and we kind of said, we're going to make it.
Here we are standing